Hey everybody, Chance Priest here, and this is Warriors of the Universe, or WOTU News. I decided to do a little video. I know I tried to do, I started to do this a couple 3 weeks ago, and I was like, and I fell apart. But I want to do a little update video with y'all every week or two about Warriors Universe, because it's kind of went kaboom, right? Everybody kind of knows, I'm so happy and so grateful and humbled and blessed and all that stuff, man, that it's just kicking ass. I love it. So it really means a lot to me. It's things near and dear to my heart. It's my creations come to life, which is all I care about. But I have so many questions from all y'all that what I'm trying to do is do a little news video that will keep y'all up to date. And so if y'all say, hey man, I'm going to ask you about that for the, and that's the 20th question I've had about that. So I just say, hey, check out the little video I got posted. It'll tell you about that. Now, granted, we'll have the 3P news once the factory's open, and we got 3P vinyls all over the world, and now all that stuff's happening. That's all coming. But it's for right now, it's just going to be the Warriors of the Universe news, WOTU news. I can say that faster, right? Anyway, so for y'all that don't know, my two sons, my middle son Wrangler and my youngest son Chisholm, they're 16 and 18. They have taken over the production of Warriors Universe. So in other words, they're doing all the molding, I'm doing all the molding. They're doing all the casting, all the cleanup work, most of the paint. Right, well, Cat Bell is still doing the majority of the paint on Wave 1. The boys will be doing a bunch of the paint on the exclusives. And then, of course, Cat will have to help us because she's like the... she's the paint driver. I mean, she's the stuff. She's without her, you ain't gonna get no figures. Anyway, but the Milad and Eric, the other 3P guys, they are working on vinyls and Milad's creations and robots, and so we're kind of splitting up as far as the stuff we're making right now, and everybody's trying to go to their division and get done what they can get done, because we'll have vinyl on the ground in 2 months, and they have to be ready for that. So they're working on that while we're working on this. So that is another interesting. And those of y'all have been getting a lot of those art cards in. I say the art cards, but the golden cuboids that look really crazy, and they have that big W on there. That's Wrangler. He sets up doing a lot of the golden cuboids. I was doing almost all of them, but he loves doing them, and he does a bunch of little art ones for y'all, and he writes some crazy stuff on those. Okay, that's an 18-year-old guy, so you can imagine, and he's real artistic, and he's also real manly too. So it's he's got a lot of funny stuff in his head. So anyway, he pushes that through there. So we're gonna do a little WOTU news. That's what I'll just call it, because right before I made this video, like literally 5 seconds before I pushed the button, I started thinking, what am I gonna call it? We'll just call it WOTU news, huh? How's that? So anyway, I told y'all about who's making what, and how we're doing it, and how we're trying to get it all done. Y'all, this is no easy task. And looking back, I don't think this has been done before. I don't think Handmade Toys have been done on this larger scale in 60, 70, 80 years. Not that I can think of. And I know action figures haven't. So pretty exciting. And well, it's real exciting, because this is what I love. I love the handmade. I love that y'all are getting one of a kinds, man. I mean, for those of y'all who don't know, I do all the black bubbles. That's every single black bubble's me. I do the figure inside of it from start to bottom. Top to bottom, start to finish, and they, I want y'all to have that little piece of me in that black bubble. So not that every one of these figures don't, because I've sculpted every one of them. I dreamed them all up. They've been my friends. They're my buddies. Even the bad guys, they're my buddies. They're my children. They're my friends. They're my creations. So they mean a lot to me, and they keep growing. And it's fun because Jeff Bartran's drawing the comic book. I'm writing it. And it's so cool working with him, and we're fleshing it out. We're taking those stories. And as I give him a lot of these stories are years old that I'm handing him. So I have to sit there and go back through and I go, oh, I don't like the way that sounded, So I'm going back through there and changing them, and it's fun. It's, you're growing a character. You fall in love with these people, these characters, and they're, to me, in my messed up head, they're real. So they're as real as anything else is real, right? So anyway, I got a list. I never do a list, but I made a list, and and I'm gonna stick to it because I get off, y'all. If y'all have ever watched one of my videos, I get way off kilter here. So speaking of the comic book will be released in April. As long we're under the corona the corona strain here, which is crazy, right? I mean, I can't, in my lifetime, I wouldn't have never thought nothing could have shut the whole country down short of, like, y'all remember in '84, Red Dawn and the paratroopers, the Russian paratroopers and the Cuban paratroopers coming down? Maybe that would close things down. But other than that, I thought nothing, And so a flu bug comes through and shuts everything down. Seems kind of crazy, I don't know. You take it how you want to take it. But I think it's kind of crazy to shut the world down for a virus. But we're gonna get through it, and I figure, shoot, man, if we're here setting low, and I know a lot of people are. It seems like my WOTU orders have actually went up, so hey, awesome. I'm gonna keep making them as long as I can keep getting plastic in, and as long as I can, keep getting paints and stuff like that, which that's still iffy right now, but. Anyway, so as long as they can get them printed and everything, April will be probably late April will be the date on the comic book. There will be a coupon in the comic book for a very special Skullum figure. And that I'll probably post pictures of what that ad looks like eventually, within the next week or two, so y'all can kind of get an idea of it, for it, whatever. And that will be, it's special. It's cool. And Jeff really, popped that into his head and said, hey, let's do something, because he already knew I was going to do a special release for the comic, and he says, let's do it part of the comic. And I was like, oh, this is great. So basically, here's the deal. If you get the comic and you think, man, I don't really care about the comic, I just care about the toys, but I want one of those Skullum figures, well, too damn bad. You got to buy one. You got to buy a comic to get the damn figure, So that's just going to be part of it, because I like cool stuff like that, man. That's growing up in them 70s and 80s and 90s when all that special stuff meant something, I remember getting stuff in cereal boxes, and you couldn't get on eBay. There was no eBay. You couldn't get on there and just, oh, well, I want a whole collection of that, or I'm going to find that. You couldn't find it. You knew every guy in the world, in the toy world, and you'd show them this thing you got out of a cereal box. Oh, man, I've never seen it before. It's so awesome. Yeah, I've kept it for years, It meant something. So that's another reason why I love the low production figures. Even though we're kind of high production for handmade figures, we're low production in general, because I want y'all to have something very special. That's like getting those one-of-ones in the black bubbles, and you're like, woo. I mean, even the regular Morgia, like if you want a complete set, there's only 6 people in the world that are going to have a complete set. That's it. Sorry. If you want more, you ain't going to get it. You're going to have to find those people and try to buy it off of them or trade it out of them, And I know that pisses some people off, because like, I'll never complete. Well, no, you probably won't. But that's just onward to wave 2 and wave 3 and wave 35 and wave 867, because I'm gonna keep making these things forever. And I don't know, maybe in 5 years from now I'll do a memorial Morgia, where there won't just be 6 of them out there, and we'll release some more, and you can get them. You can finally get it. But I find all that exciting. Maybe I'm the only one, but we're gonna let it rip. Next on the list is next Friday, the 27th. I'm going to have an auction, and it's going to be some of the test shots for the glow figures. And if for those of y'all don't know, which I think most of y'all do, Toy Matrix, Gary Harmon, he has his own series of Wave 1s coming out, which are glow in his own, and I'll show you one. There is a Skullum right there. So you can see it, metallic brown. Actually, it's called metallic chocolate. Metallic chocolate pants, black boots, black belt. It's a little silver. Got the red, the deep red in the eyes, the blood mouth, and the Rasputin head is more of a. It's just glow, and so it's anyway. you'll get that. You'll get those coming. And those will actually, some of those cases will actually be ready to go next week. So that's cool. I know a lot of y'all have ordered those. But I'll have the test shots for those, and then I'll have the test shots for these, which was the color I was trying to sell Gary, but he said, no, I want to go with the darker stuff. So I said, cool, that's okay, but we got test shots. So those test shots will be, there's a set of those test shots. There'll be some of these test shots, which are, well, actually, this figure will be shrunk down to about that size and be made out of rubber. But first of all, you got to get, your hard copy done, and then we shrink it, and not on a computer. No. But anyway, the magic will happen, and you will see it shrunk, and it will be in rubber. And we might even do some larger ones in rubber too, as a special deal. But anyway, so there'll be some of those that are the first. I did 2 test shots and got those ready. There'll be. This is actually the #1 figure. It's the first Morglin. So Morgia has these little goblin creatures that run around, and Morgia, man, he gets, he freaking zaps people with like lightning bolts and turns them into ash. And these little critters are his little pet slave people things, and they run around there, and they go up there and they take those. They're kind of like scoop claws, and they just pinch up ash and they stick it in their mouth and eat it. And anyway, so I made those little, and if you want to know the size of those, I think I showed some pictures, but you get an idea of the size differential. And they're typical, just like all Warriors Universe are made. I sculpted the whole thing, and anyway, you get that little cool little figure. And those will be coming out as a special edition, but I'll have that prototype and maybe a couple of test shots for the auction on Friday. That leads me into the next point of business, which is, of course, we had the Wotu art auction about a week ago. In about 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks or something like that, it'll be on a Friday, whenever, we'll have another Warriors of the Universe art auction. And we did some, where like Todd Bridges, Jeff Call, he sent in some of his, it's like Warriors Universe fan art, right? I mean, he's a professional artist, but so he sent in some of the artwork that he had done, and I auctioned it for him. And what I did is I took half that money from that auction and half of it, and it goes back into making more Warriors Universe. So actually, that was going to boost us for a trip, to a show, which shows are canceled. So that's all we got, the internet, right? But anyway, if you want to send in any of your artwork, doesn't matter if you're a professional artist or you just want to put in some fan art. I don't ever call nothing fan art, because I'm about as a professional artist as nobody, man. I mean, I just I do what I do, and you either like it or you don't. And I think everybody is, if you do art, you're an artist. If you're human, you got art in you somewhere. You're welcome to send that in to me, and I'll sell it for you. It might not bring very much. It might, but anyway, you get 50% of it. And the other 50% goes into making more Warriors Universe, or doing something, or buying a machine, or buying something we need, something like that. So anyway, that's an option for you. And we will have, in the next week or so, we'll have some blank figures out for sale, and they'll be $15 a piece. And they come with a little header card, and they'll just be blank Warriors Universe. And they'll be the Wave 1. Might have some other stuff available at that time, I'm not sure. But the Wave 1 will be out there, and you can buy some of that. And you can paint those, and you can send those in, and we'll sell those, So that's, just fun stuff, man. Just I see you guys in this group, man. Y'all are like family. Y'all like my best friends, So we talk all the time. I spend more time with y'all than anybody. And so I just dig it, So we'll all be together on that stuff. So anyway, that art auction is coming up, and if you want to put something in there, you got to get with me and say, hey, I want to put this in. What do you think? And I'll say, yeah, it's good. Send it in. Now, if you draw some out of Warriors Universe deal with Pecker on it or something, you ain't gonna get it in here. I ain't gonna do that. All right, but something funny, something. I don't care if you can do a whimsical one. You can do bloody. That's cool, but nothing dirty. And no F-bombs on the deals or nothing. I've seen all kinds of stuff already, but so yeah, you know what I mean. And like I said, as far as Wave 1 goes, we'll have. reading my list here. As far as wave one goes, y'all, we'll have we'll be shipping out most all the cases that are paid for this week. We every time we say we'll have them on a certain day, we literally jinx ourselves because some hiccup happens and some product that we needed or something. Like last week, we said we got it made, it's done. Our sealer wasn't here and couldn't get here, so we couldn't get any sealer to finish the figures out. And then we're like, oh, we got everything we need finally, the packaging, the bubbles, and everything, and now we can't get the. And packaging takes a long time, y'all. There's nothing fast about it. If you want to do it right, it takes time. And unlike so many other people out there, that have toy companies or whatever, we ain't got no Chinese slave labor to do it for us. It's us. It's me, my sons, my daughter, my wife. That's who's doing all the packaging. So that's it's a task. Like I mentioned, the Toy Matrix releases. If you don't know about Toy Matrix releases, get with Gary Harmon. He's got 120 glow figures total. So that equates to 20 cases. You better buy them while you can, because I know he sold a bunch of them. And anyway, also coming limited releases that we'll have in the next couple months, maybe some in the next couple of weeks. We'll have the Mugar, the Warlord Mugar. There will be, once I finish the header card on that, there'll be a special release. And when I do special releases, y'all got to remember, packaging costs a lot of money. Tooling for packaging costs a lot of money. So special releases will not go in bubbles. They'll not be carded or whatever. I mean, some will. Some actually will. But for the most part, they'll come in bags with header cards. And you'll get them like that. And and like I said, those Warlord Mugars were crazy hard to paint. So most of those that will be coming will be unpainted or lightly painted, just so y'all can see the highlights. And we'll see. I don't know. I figure this stuff out as I go, because I hate being set in stone on anything. I really do. I just can't stand it. The Morglins, the little Morglins that I showed you, they will be in a limited release. Let me find them again. They will be in a limited release. And there'll probably be some 2-packs. And then I'm going to do a few packs with a Morglin. I'll show you what it looks like. I had it mocked up earlier, but I'll show you how cool it is. I mean, I maybe I'm just high on my own supply. I love these characters. I love doing stuff like this. This makes me so happy. So there you go. Look at that. So you'll get a Morglin and a yellow. Oh, he won't be painted though, because they're jostle. It wouldn't be too good a painted one in here. But an unpainted Morglin and an unpainted yellow Morgia in one of these packs. I thought that was pretty cool. So, and I have those card backs. I have enough card backs to do a small run. We're talking small stuff, small runs, not big runs. Anyway, I don't know. It's all rolling around up there. We'll get to it as we get to it. Let's see. Everybody's asking wave 2. Wave 2 is coming. Wave 2 will be ready in May, probably late May. That'd probably be the soonest. This Corona crap, it's really put a damper on a lot of stuff. But I should have all the prototypes done and fleshed out and all that jazz, done by or doing the whole thing over again. We should have them out, sometime in May, late May is what I'm thinking. But there'll be 6 more figures. And I think I've showed y'all some of the pictures of some of the figures, but man, it's just a killer's row, just murderer's row of awesomeness. It just, I think so. I love the characters, I made them up. In wave 1, I'm trying to, I'm not going to beat a dead horse forever. But the deal is we have the wave 1 molds. We're making, we're trying to fulfill everybody what they want, but we're also trying to do some cool special editions, like Toy Matrix special editions. I'm not going to do as many as I said I was going to do, because it's just too much beating a dead horse. I don't want there to be unlimited amounts of wave 1 coming out. We'll do there's going to be I'm going to do some real limited, some real small runs, and they're going to be called artist editions. and certain artists I'm gonna send them the raw figures. They're gonna paint them, send them back to me, and then I package them from here, and they'll be, they'll have the sticker on them. They'll all be signed and numbered, and they'll be, uber limited, and the paint job will have to be something really special. So, and that's going to be kind of up to the artist upon, they show me what they're thinking, and I say, yeah, that sounds cool. And then we do it like that. So there'll be some of those coming out in the next couple of months. It's just stuff to fill your time until Wave 2 comes out. Or fill my time until Wave 2. I don't know. Which, of course, I'm also building just doing the contract and work on the factory is pretty pressurizing. But, I love it. I love it all. The more pressure, the better. Let's see. I'm trying to read all the little messages I wrote on here. Of course, y'all know the Big T is canceled. Everything's canceled now. We said we're still going to have a get-together April 25th and tape 26th. Be at the factory. Factory probably won't be completely finished. It'll be finished enough to be, there'll be some AC in there and, some of the stuff up. But I don't know if that's still on or not. As far as I'm concerned, you're welcome to come. We'll all hang out. Man, I ain't scared of no corona. So you are welcome to come down. But I completely understand those who can't, who are, because I know quite a few of y'all were still saying, hey, we're going to come out and it's going to be like Eric called it a toy symposium or toy get together or toy party or whatever. I don't know, for the weekend. And we're going to film a little section of the movie on the 26th. And like I say, this hopefully will still happen. I'm just hoping that the people we want to get down here aren't scared to come down here and act and do the special effects and do all that stuff like that. Man, it is so crazy up in the air. Like, who knows? Because you talk to some people like me, and whatever. I'm not scared of it. I'm cool. I'll go here. I'm not going to run up and give you a kiss on the lips and hug you. But man, I'm still shaking hands. I'm still saying, hey, what's up? I might lather up afterwards, but I ain't, So y'all just holler at me. If y'all are coming, I'm fine with it. If y'all aren't, I understand. But we'll get that all worked out. Oh. The other day, one of y'all posted in search of the ISO posts for certain Warriors of the Universe on Priest Monsters Aliens. I always say my group, but it's our group because without all of us, there ain't no group, right? That's all groups, right? I loved it. I think it's great. Hey, you don't hurt my feelings when you resell stuff. Or when you're wanting to trade stuff, or you're looking for stuff, or you're not circumventing my sales at all. I want to get that air cleared. I'm happy with that. If you bought a case of Warriors of the Universe and, it's this Corona crap's got everybody broke, So, if you're broke, if you're like, man, that doesn't have everybody, but there's a lot of people, that are like, man, my job laid me off or whatever. And you're like, dude, I can't keep that. Do not hesitate to sell that on the group. It's great. Wonderful. I love it. Do not hesitate if you bought a case and the only one you like out of it is Skullum or the one of one or the whatever you got in the black bubble, and you say, you know what? I don't want all this other stuff. It's just not my thing. Whatever. You don't hurt my feelings. You're welcome to put it up there. You're welcome to sell it. And if you're searching for stuff, I love that search post because it got all these people chiming in and going, I got this and I'll trade this, but I won't trade that. And I just think that's cool. So, and eventually as these waves grow and all this stuff like that, I can only imagine people, because I've already had it happen, people go, hey, I've got some of those from you. I'll trade you those back if you'll give me this new one or you do that, and so, ooh, okay. And, and so I'm sure that'll happen more and more, and then we'll have a build up, and, that's the way to go. Also, Wave 1, we are going to have some leftovers because of, because it was meant for so many cases, and we made those cases up, we made those figures up. So whatever cases, whatever, and we've sold a lot of singles. So we're going to have singles left over here. We're not sure 100% how many, what yet. We're sold out, we have to say we're sold out because we can't make more cases. But as far as singles go, what I probably do is have an auction, and at the end of everything, and I think I mentioned this when I did the release of Warriors Universe. What we'll do is we'll just take everything that's left over, and we'll sell it all at auction. But that's still, I'm sure that's 2 or 3 weeks down the road. You know, who knows? Could be longer. We'll see. Let's see. I talked to y'all about special editions. I will cap the Wave 1s off with my own Victory Edition, which I planned from day one. And that will be a really cool looking color combo. But I will release that. I'm actually working on the test paints of that right now. I already told y'all about 3P stuff, which, I mean, what aren't we gonna make? I mean, we got designs on gobs of vinyls, and then blow molds, jumbo machineders. And I know a lot of y'all think, oh, Mr. Pie in the sky. Not really. Nope. It's all coming. It's all in motion already. So it's coming. It's coming. Get together April. The Morglans. Yeah. Oh, and the last thing, y'all, is any help y'all can give to help promote and put out anything we're doing, whether it be Warriors of the Universe or any of the other toys or anything ever. Dude, share those buttons. Help. It's man. I built Warriors of the Universe up. I mean, you talking about grassroots, man. I mean, that was the bottom of the grass. You know, I mean, that was the root I started with. And so the more of that, the better. I love it. You know, anytime y'all share posts, anytime y'all share pictures, anytime y'all, talk. I love it when you I see when people go, hey man, you need to check these out. And I'm like, oh, cool, man. I love that. And it's not business, man. I mean, it is business, but to me, it's like, man, it's like bringing more people into the fold, man, because I love talking about these guys, Josh Nichols, he's crazy for Mugar, and I love that, man. It makes everything so fun, and just to hear my characters spoke about like that, like, oh, I'm dying for that guy, and then I think, what are they going to do when they see him in the comic book? Oh, crazy, they're going nuts. And what are they going to do when they see him in a movie? They'll go nuts, It's all happening. It's 100% happening, man, and it's and I'm just so thankful for y'all. And y'all know I like to shoot a bunch of crap, and I give people hard times and everything, but it's all meant with lots of love, lots of tough love, So anyway, that's the Warriors of the Universe, what I call it, the news, the WOTU news. And y'all got the first edition of it, and hopefully I answered, like, I had a big old list of questions, so hopefully I answered all those questions. And I keep thinking to myself, I didn't, but I think I read everything right. Any more questions? Just holler. And then if I have a whole bunch of questions, I'll do that again in a week. And if I have, if it takes 2 weeks, we'll do another one. So anyway, but I'll post it, and y'all can refer to it. Anyway, thank y'all always, and victory.